Today is all about how I decided to change my life and my business by just making some small tweaks. So on Monday mornings in my co-working space, we have this weekly check-in meeting. We can go over goals or talk about cases and just generally support each other. And so this past Monday, one of my members was asking me, how do I do this all? Run 2 businesses, roll out new initiatives, raise 2 kids. And when she said that, it was yeah, that does seem like I'm doing a lot and I must be constantly hustling. But honestly, I've just reevaluated my days and have been really sticking consistently to a system that I've found that works for me. And so 6 months ago, I would not have recognized the me of today. But I had just picked up the book, The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington, and had just finished listening to Miracle Mornings by Hal Elrod and Atomic Habits by James Clear. And so I ended up sort of combining the principles from these books, and they're, similar in some of their principles anyway. But I found that I was able to really create a system that has helped me, actually record YouTube videos, send weekly newsletters, write blogs, and launch, a lot of new initiatives in my co-working space. And so since then, my co-working space has been able to double its revenue in the past year. I've brought on a full-time employee. We've made so many changes. So it's been incredible. So, these aren't big changes that I necessarily made, but it's been these small, daily choices that have completely reshaped who I am and how I run my businesses. So for example, my morning walks with my daughter. So back in August, when she started kindergarten, we have walked to her school every single day unless it is pouring down rain. And so we have had some bitter cold 20-degree mornings when every fiber of my being just wants to reach for the car keys. But we have managed to just zip up our coats. She gets super comfortable in the stroller and gets a blanket, and we get moving. And these walks have become sacred time. It's extra time with my daughter. And then on my walk back, I get to listen to a business podcast or a book. And I never in a million years thought I would be someone who would take walks in the freezing cold. I hate the cold so much, but I have ended up feeling so amazing during and after these walks. And I have my daughter as my accountability partner, and she's always encouraging me to keep going, to keep walking, to keep it up. So the other change hasn't been adding anything to my plate, but it's been, learning what to take off my plate. And so one of the most powerful lessons I've learned is that doing it all means not doing it alone. So I've definitely embraced delegation even more than I had in the past, and I've hired help for tasks that were draining my energy and my time. And this is not easy for me. I am fiercely independent. I like to do things on my own. I like things to have a personal touch, but it has truly been transformative. And so the 12-week year has really taught me to think differently about time and goals. So instead of making year-long resolutions that are gone by, I don't even want to say February, let's be real, January, I now work in super focused 12-week sprints. And that has just really kept me motivated and accountable. And then combining that with my Miracle Morning routine. So that really just sets the tone for the day. And I've just really created this framework that helps me accomplish more and then just feeling way less overwhelmed. So it's really about these consistent small actions that they really compound over time. Showing up for that morning walk even when it's freezing cold, and asking for help when you need it. So it's really about treating, each 12-week period as this fresh opportunity to really grow and meet new goals. So I'm definitely not the same person I was 6 months ago, but that's just because I've committed to these small daily actions that have aligned with who I've really wanted to become. So if you have read these books, let me know. If you haven't, definitely pick them up and see if you can sort of create your own system that works for you.